Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As always, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Also, use my Star Citizen link when you create a new account for some free cash and other bonuses. Thanks for watching. So if you haven't heard, Drake released a new version of the cutter called the Cutter Scout. Let's go over the main specifications here. It looks like the pilot has two size 2 gimbaled weapons, two size 2 missile racks, and then you can see the series of the other things here. Size 1 shield generator. Looks like we have size 2 power plant, size 1 quantum drive, size 1 jump drive, and you can see the thrusters and such there. So let's go ahead and pull it out and take a look at it. Reminder, if you want to support this channel, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification to get updates on when I upload another video. It would help out the channel a lot as we are young and growing. And here we are, guys. This is the Drake Cutter Scout. Obviously very similar to the standard Drake Cutter, which was honestly probably one of my favorite starter ships for new people playing the game. I still recommend it to this day. You're going to see the same level of detail as you would expect to find in some of the newer releases of ships that have come out. I still love the industrial detail, all of the raw tubing and uncovered thrusters and such. That's what makes me a big fan of Drake. As you can see, I just looked up at that little tail fin there. That is different if you compare it to the Drake Cutter. The original Drake Cutter kind of had these flare out tips. This one has almost like a spoiler. So if you want the space age Honda Civic, here is your chance. Moving into the interior, not a lot changes from the standard Drake Cutter. I'll hit the lights here in just a second. You're going to have your component access here on the wall, similarly to the other version. You'll also notice here that they do have an engineering station, I believe, which is non-functioning yet, but that will become kind of a core component of most of the ships coming out in the future. Moving into the crew quarters, it's going to be pretty much a mirror image of the standard Drake Cutter. You're going to have your little hideaway bathroom here with a hideaway toilet, always so fancy and so industrial, as Drake so obviously focuses on. This also doubles as a shower when that becomes a thing, if that becomes a thing. Single bed for a single crew member. You do have storage as well in that location. And moving to the other side, I wasn't really sure what this compartment was for. Maybe it'll have a use, or maybe that's part of the shower. I'm not sure. We do have a fire extinguisher location, which I believe is going to be a pretty important part of the ship. Back onto the other side is our storage compartment, which you'll be able to store items from your local inventory, as well as drag local inventory on the station that you're on into that location. Again, we have some compartment locations that are actively working. Some of those items that are listed in there are not available in game yet, but they do have labels. And then we also have a pistol rack, weapon rack, and large weapon rack. And here we are in the main cockpit. Let's go ahead and hop into the pilot seat. And as you'll see, it's on a sliding rail that brings you up to your control panel, just like the standard Cutter. And in preparation for flight, I went ahead and looked at the instrument gauges and the switches. They all seem to be pretty well fleshed out, which is awesome to see in these newer ships. The functionality of all of these switches and stuff kind of helps with the immersion. And it wouldn't be a Drake Cutter without the blast doors, correct? So let's go ahead and see if that's still a thing. Of course it is. What kind of ship would this be if not for a cutter with blast doors? Gotta have them. Very, very important to this ship. I suppose now is a good time to let you know that you can get this cutter in pink. There are paint options on the website if that's something that you're into. spending money on liveries. Let's go ahead and get some flight time in. I love the huge rotating VTOL thrusters there. Essentially looks like you are a refrigerator with some rockets connected to the side. If you guys haven't been in Star Citizen recently, you'll see that they've updated the map. It's pretty awesome. You should check it out. But let's talk about what the Drake Cutter is actually good for. Well, the Cutter in general is a great starter ship if you want to do single player missions, for example, delivery or bounty hunting. You can actually fit a smaller ground vehicle inside of the Cutter and then make your way to the bounty areas so that you can avoid the sentry turrets, which is a huge deal. Other benefits to the Cutter are it has an extremely long travel distance. So if you are going to check out the new Pyro system, which I highly recommend, this ship is the one to do that in. As you remember, this also had a bed, so if you wanted to, you'd be able to log out into the persistent universe and log back in and kind of pick up wherever you left off. The big feature on the Scout variant of the Cutter is the large scanner on top, which kind of unfolds and becomes this large array. Obviously that's going to be important as scanning becomes more prominent in the game. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the Scout variant of the Drake Cutter. If you guys are interested, you can head over to the website. They do have a war bond offer of LTI, so lifetime insurance, for $45, or you can get both the Drake Cutter Scout and the standard Drake Cutter in a pack together for $85, which also comes lifetime insurance as of the making of this video. So you can pick up both of them. My final thoughts on the Drake Cutter in general, not necessarily the Scout, is, again, it's a great starter ship. If you and some friends are interested in starting out in Star Citizen, I think this is an excellent ship to do so. Not to mention that it does have some firepower. I mean, it does have a couple of hard points that are gimbaled, so if you're getting into PvE, I think that's important that you have those gimbals available to you. It's maneuverable enough. I wouldn't say, you know, it's a fighter or anything like that, but it's a great ship to kind of learn the ropes and explore the Stanton system as well as the now expanded Pyro system. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, I want to personally thank you. If it's deserving, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That allows people that normally don't see my videos a chance to actually get them offered to them through YouTube, and that helps me out a lot. Speaking of offers, if you look, you see the Star Citizen code in the top left. If you use that when you start a new account, you will get some bonuses for joining the universe. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you guys in game, and I hope to see you guys back for future videos. Thanks for watching.